welcome back to day 2 of a 2-hour job that's gone sideways. So in the last video I left off working on the airbag and the shock on the cab, and that's where it ended. I didn't film it because I knew it was going to turn into a long mess working on that, and I didn't want any witnesses, so anyway, I had to call in a little bit of help to get it done, and they didn't want to be filmed, so let me show you what I got. This here is the shock that came off the cab. Let me see if I can get a picture of it. You can see where the bolt's seized in there. There is no nut on it. The head of it's torched off. This here's the bolt. It's actually seized in the metal sleeve, so I had to use a torch to get it out of there. And then that one there, the sleeve come out of it, the bolt was still inside of it. That's the old one there, so it's original. So here's the old shocks, the cab airbag, the old original axle airbags. Here's the new airbag there. It's already inflated, and new Gabriel shocks. So that part is done. And here's the other side here. Here's the new airbag that's already inflated on there. And the only thing I have left to do is put the shock on. So here's the shock here. I had to chase after new bolts. Oh, and then let me show you something else. Something else that I found that was an issue. Even if the bolt was not seized, this whole assembly had to come off, and it's on a bag of air. So the cab had to be lifted up, and then blocks sitting on the frame here to hold it in place. This whole assembly had to come out because the bolt here, I'm doing this one-handed, the bolt here was through like that, so there was no way to push the bolt out to get the shock out. So I'm gonna put the bolt back in this way, and then the nut will be on the back side here. So in the future, if and when it ever gets changed again, the bolt will come out. So that's how that should have been. I don't know if that was a factory piece done that way, or I don't know if that was somebody along the line that changed it, that said, hey, watch this, I'm gonna screw with the next guy. So I'm not sure, but anyway, that part's done. So I'm gonna put the shock into it, and then try to get ready for the flatbed. Everything was ready to go on it. I just have to call in some help to get it done. So anyway, I'll let you watch the shock install, and we'll get that done. It's always kind of cool when a job goes together as it should, without any major issues with it. So hopefully this one will be the same. How's that saying go? Said become a mechanic, it'll be fun, they say. And we're in shoes already. Okay, that is that. Cab should not bounce now. Yeah, it does a little bit. But it's a lot better than what it was. So, alright. On to the next step. Well, there you have it, guys. That finishes that project. Flatbed is on. I still have to attach it to the frame, but at least it's a start in the right direction. So let me show you something else I found. I was moving the airbags out of the way, and I had not seen this prior. You can see all the dry rot from where the bag is coming apart, and you can see the cords. If I can get out of the shadow, you can actually see the cords there on the bag. So that was a breakdown on the side of the road there. And here's the original cab bag. I think you can see the split in there. So I think they're both beyond their shelf life. It's probably original, I'm guessing. You've probably never been changed. Same thing with the shocks. Oh, and then I looked at looking at the original cab shock again. It's seized, so it doesn't go up and down. But let's do a walk around the truck so you can see that one last time. I have to make a few adjustments to it. It still needs to slide forward about 4 inches. I need to work on the rear bumper. I want to find out if there's an average height off the ground for the hitch to see where that needs to be. Because if you look, when the 4x4 is in there, if you look at the frame there, it's going to be really close to the cross member. So I've got a little bit of investigation to do still to find out where that needs to sit. And then I was hoping for the bumper to drop down some and out a little bit more to protect anything when I back up, or somebody coming underneath rear-ending to protect the fenders. So anyway, when the brackets come down for the bumper, they'll attach to the side of the frame. I'll drill 3 holes through there so that it'll be attached there. And then I've got another upright right there. I've got 1 bolt on the frame, and then I'll plug weld it onto the flatbed. Probably going to make that bracket longer. And then the other one up here, same thing. I'm probably going to make it a little bit longer, or I'll put this bracket over on the back side there and then cut it down, and then I'll make 2 new ones on the front there, and then again plug weld it. This 4x4 is too long, so I have to shorten it a little bit. I left a hole here. The exhaust pipe is going to go through there. I've got twin smokestacks, and then I have to build another bracket for the front there. I left the trailer wiring on there. I'm going to use that wire for the lights that go on top of the headache rack. So just a little bit more work to do, but this goes on to the next step. So I'm using Douglas fir for decking on it, and I have to put a couple D-rings on the back there, and then 2 more on the front, and then a couple stake pockets. So same thing here, stake to the side, plug weld it, and then 1 more on the side here, as well as cutting the 4x4. So, and then when it slides forward, it'll take up this gap. There's about 1 inch, if my measurements are correct. There'll be about 1 inch between this plate here and the back of the cab. So we'll see how that works out, and then I can get rid of that ugly muffler once the exhaust stacks are on. But anyway, I'm pretty pleased with it. It's taken me long enough to get here. So, and then I'll build a plate for the back for the tail lights, and then the center clearance lights. So get a bunch more work to do, and the list of things left to do seems like it's getting longer faster than it's getting shorter, but I think it looks pretty good on there. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that one last view of it, and then I'll work on it a little bit more during the week. That'll do it for this video, and I'll try getting up another one next week. Appreciate you guys watching it.